Welcome to Community Conversations. I'm Frederick County Executive Jan Gardner. On today's show, my guest is Mary Ellen Mitchell, the Director of Community Relations for the Interfaith Housing Alliance. Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm excited to have you here today to talk about an exciting upcoming project. But first, I thought maybe you could talk to us a little bit and share with our viewers the mission of the Interfaith Housing Alliance.
IHA, we can cut it down to that, has been around for 25 years now. We're celebrating this year. We have built over 1,200 units of housing, and for us that has been rental communities, townhomes, single-family homes. We've rehabilitated other single-family homes. We work with families, we work with individuals, we work with seniors. We have a pretty vibrant financial education program too to get people ready for home ownership and to help stabilize them financially for other opportunities.
Okay. Can you give us a few examples of some of the larger, more recognizable projects you've done in Frederick County?
Well, two that come to mind would be our rental communities. So Natelli Manor has 12 units. They're a family property, and we are also managing the Weinberg House, which is a senior community not far from Maryland School for the Deaf, and that's 22 apartments there. We also built the shelter here in Frederick.
Okay.
So we've done a lot of things over the years to help people out.
Okay. Well, as you're aware, Frederick County has been selling a few of its properties, and one of those is 520 North Market Street, which many years ago was a former school, and it's been used over the years by the county for a variety of purposes, most recently for the Division of Citizen Services. And we're looking forward to entering a partnership with you and an affordable housing developer to create a workforce housing rental project. And I wanted, it's going to be a long time frame, but I really wanted today to share the intent of that project with our viewers. So you want to talk a little bit about the need for the project and what workforce housing is?
Certainly. Well, there is obviously a huge need for affordable housing within Frederick County. Most of us in the nonprofit community refer to the Community Foundation's study that was done in 2011, and affordable housing rose quickly to the top as the #1 need that we have in this county. Maryland is the 6th most expensive state to live in the United States, and to rent a typical apartment here in Frederick County, a basic 2-bedroom apartment for a small family, is anywhere between $1,200 and $1,400 a month. And that is a lot. That's overpriced for a lot of people who work in our community. Our first responders, our firefighters, our young teachers are frequently commuting out of the county to find housing that is affordable. And so one of our missions at IHA is to try to make housing affordable and allow people to live where they work.
Mm-hmm. I think that's really important. It's really important to point out that for us, in terms of firefighters and for teachers and for sheriff deputies, we really want these people to live in the community where they serve. So they're part of that community. They know the neighborhood. They can be involved with the activities that, say, the children in our schools have, and really just be part of the whole community. So I really think making sure that we have housing that is workforce housing that our own employees can live in is really, really important.
We're pretty excited about the opportunity to build in downtown Frederick. And as you said, it's a long process. There's many, many hurdles to overcome over the next couple of years, but should it all work out, just think about the impact to our community. So many young people who work downtown who may not have transportation, but this is a walkable community, so they can actually walk to work every day. Mm-hmm. What a lovely thing that would be.
Now, can you tell us a little bit about what the project might look like or consist of in terms of numbers of apartments and how many bedrooms they'll have and just what the amenities might be?
We're looking at somewhere between 55 and 60 apartments. There will be 1-bedrooms, 2-bedrooms, and 3-bedrooms within the community. we are going to keep the original building, so that part will get renovated, and then there will be new construction that will be added onto the back of the existing building. There will be parking. The parking will be covered, which is a nice benefit.
That's an outstanding benefit. Anybody who rents downtown definitely wants a parking space.
Of course, of course. Obviously, things like elevators and, working on plumbing and electric and updating all of that. Everything, of course, within the apartments will all be new. It will have a community room, and IHA is really committed to this community. We manage most of our properties, and so we will have staff on site, both in property management, and we will also provide supportive services, which means that we are going to be connecting people who live in this apartment complex with other services and support within the community as well, connecting them maybe to daycare, or, childcare, those sorts of things.
Okay. So I think it's important to talk about the fact that it will be a mix of apartment types, but also a mix of income levels. Some of the apartments will be below market using a tax credit program, and some will be at market rate. And so I know that that's a work in progress, again, not finished yet, that there's an application process to qualify for that. But that's what workforce housing is all about, is helping to provide some below market rents, not necessarily low rents, but below market rents, so that more people who are working can afford to live there.
Exactly. And one other thing that I didn't mention is that a certain number of apartments will also be handicap equipped. So we will be able to handle the needs of many different people.
Okay, that's very good. So I know that this is a process that will have public outreach. So can you talk a little bit about, you're the Director of Community Relations, how you're going to get the word out from the standpoint of interfaith housing?
It's a long process too. So right now we are in what we call the due diligence period. We are in contact with some other nonprofits within the community who are writing letters of support to say that they would want this in our community. There's a state application for some of the funding, and we will be meeting with the neighborhood advisory councils. Well, of course, there'll be public meetings when the building plans and things come to that part in the process. But it's about 2 years, so we will be well connected with the community, with the neighbors right around it directly, businesses around it, and talking about partnerships. The Bernard Brown Center is down the street, the Restore is down the street, so we'll be well connected with our neighbors by the time everything begins to happen there.
Okay, so you're going to reach out and have a NAC meeting, which is what the neighborhood groups are called within the city of Frederick. And, we'll also have a public hearing here at the county. But ultimately, when it goes through the site plan process, because it's in the city of Frederick, that'll all go through the public process.
Correct.
Before the City Planning Commission and the Historic Preservation Commission and whatever else the city might require. So I do think it's important for people to know that right now we're really in the concept and visioning phase, and we know kind of what we want to try to accomplish, but that it will be a long public process with plenty of opportunity for people to have input and participate.
We have good friends in the community who say affordable housing is not for the faint of heart, just because it does take a long time to get from A to Z.
Well, and we've seen some other affordable housing projects in the county in recent years. A number of them have been senior focused. This one will be a little bit different than that because it'll be open to all age. But I think it's a great project. I really think one of the real benefits for the northern blocks of downtown Market Street, 4th, 5th Street, 6th Street, is to really help populate the area. It'll really help the businesses there. People can walk downtown and either to jobs. There's access to public transportation, including our transit bus system and the MARC train. So I think it's really just what we want. I know demographically in Frederick County, we're growing in terms of seniors and millennials, and both of them really want the same thing. They really want to live in a downtown walkable community close to amenities, and I think this project will offer all of that.
We're very excited at the opportunity.
So, well, thank you for coming in and talking with us today. We will show some potential visuals of the project and what it might look like so that our viewers can see that. But I do want to remind people that This is a concept right now, and it may change a little bit over time, but it's really a very exciting project. I'm really pleased to be working with the Interfaith Housing Alliance, and I look forward to having a great workforce housing project.
Thank you very much. We're looking forward to it.
So thank you for joining us today. If you want to know more, you can either contact my office or contact the Interfaith Housing Alliance, or just stay tuned for announcements of public meetings on this topic. Thank you for joining us.